Hey, everybody, decided to start early. This is the Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech Pro Day, and courtesy of the National Football League, the media is allowed to virtually interview the following players as per the list. Defensive back Jalen Askew, wide receiver Josh Blancato, wide receiver Jalen Camp, linebacker David Curry, punter Presley Harvin. And that will happen this morning. And the first player is estimated to be available in 3 minutes. So I'm waiting for that. And once the meeting starts, I will line this so that it fits with the our StreamYard. And just going to ask basic questions that are oriented toward the NFL draft and their position. So that's the idea here. Let's see here. Just making sure that I'm lined up here, so that StreamYard. I think I'll get rid of the. Yeah, there we go. And just making some arrangements here so that I'm not off track, as they say, right? So there. So there's the Zoom. We're waiting for the host to start the meeting. And spin, spin, spin. I'm just going to click this link here and make certain that we're all lined up. Try that again. Go back to history. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. There. There's this. And let's see here. Yeah. So let's see, we launch the meeting. Okay. So post attendee Zoom. There's spin, 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 spin. It should be starting any second now. There's this little dealie that's spinning, right? Waiting for the host to start the meeting as it reads. And let me go. This is what it looks like on our end. Okay. Make sure that we're lined up here. It is 10:30. Share screen. Launch post attendee Zoom. Launch meeting Zoom. Allow that. Still waiting. It says sometimes people are late. Let me see if Zach has sent some other info. Don't see it. Don't see it, don't see it, don't see it, don't see it. Okay. Try that again. It's 10:31. All right. Let's says if you're the host, sign in to start the meeting. Okay. Let's do that. Nothing there. We're waiting, folks. So we're waiting for the host to start this meeting. That's what we're waiting for. Try to launch meeting again. Let me put that here. It's 10:32. Let me see something here. Let's see. Said waiting. Let's see here. Still waiting. We're waiting, folks. As far as other news, there's a whole list of pro days that are going on this week, and the NFL media has been invited to cover virtually. This is one. Then tomorrow, I have both Stanford and Cal, not in that order. And tomorrow is not in that order. Now here we go. I think we're getting someplace, aren't we? Let's post attendee. Post attendee. Let's see if we can go to stream. Yep, that's something. That's something. So at any rate, we have I believe Georgia's supposed to be Thursday. Stanford and Cal are Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern. This is 10 o'clock in the morning. So let's see here. So I'm waiting. I typed this at waiting. Still waiting, folks. Sorry, 5 minutes late. Let me try. Still waiting for the host to start the meeting. Let me test the computer audio. Output volume. Hi. Testing. Okay. We're now 6 minutes behind. So any minute now. Sorry, folks, for the delays. Perhaps you would like to know something about some of the people that were waiting with Jalen Askew, a defensive back senior who's from Douglasville, Georgia, actually. Comes from a family of four siblings, excuse me. And is considered one of their top players. So we have the wide receiver, Josh. Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Today. So
here we are.
Everybody, we appreciate your patience, and we'll have Coach Collins on as soon as we're ready.
So there we are, folks. We now have some action, as it were. Make sure that this is lined up. You heard, I think, what you heard, right? And so going back to make absolutely certain this was lined up properly. Now there's the Zoom meeting, and here we are, okay? So we have 21 participants in the room right now. Not including myself. We have, for example, Steel Orlando Ledbetter. Dio is the only person I recognize. I think I'll start my video. There. We now have 22 participants. The difference between what Zenny 62 Media is doing and others is that this is recorded for us, and the host is allowing us to record it, but it's also live streamed. So so for us, this is a continuation of what we did for the Super Bowl. We had the virtual rooms, and will also be on Oakland News Now. It's and again, it's already on YouTube, as you know. We're waiting for the Georgia Tech coach first. Hello?
Yeah, I'm not coming in here. I'm going in the kitchen.
Okay. Now we have 25 participants in the room. So Lee Steinberg has added 4 people to his staff: general counsel, new agent, strategic specialist as well. Just saw that actually. So a little informational tidbit there for you. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, Sacramento, how you doing? Welcome. Let's see here. Still waiting, folks. I believe while I'm waiting, I'm going to put this stream on Oakland News Now. No, hold on.
Hey, Coach Collins.
Hey, bud.
Coach Collins, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Mike, you got me, bud?
Coach Collins. Yeah, we've got you now. Terrific. Very good. Coach Collins, appreciate you joining us. Everybody on the call, this is Georgia Tech head coach Jeff Collins. Coach, if you could open up with a few remarks about our young men that participated today, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Absolutely, yeah. Really proud to see the way the guys came out, competed. We think tremendously about each of the young men in our program and the 5 that came out there for Pro Day today. Really good to see them out there competing, wearing that Georgia Tech gear. And we had 4 guys do Pro Day last year, 5 guys do Pro Day this year. Next year, I think we'll have even greater numbers with the outstanding group that we've got coming back this season. So I think the turnout was great. I don't have the exact numbers on the number of NFL teams and professional teams that are out here today, but I think it's in the mid-20s. So just the turnout to see our guys, and obviously each year that's going to get better and better and higher. But first of all, I'm just going to go numerically. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Jalen Camp, obviously anybody that was out there, I saw some of the videos that got posted from you guys. I thought he had a tremendous day from the very beginning. Just proud of who he is in the program, the contributions that he's made over the last 2 years, culturally, work ethic wise, and then being a tremendous player. And I think he did put on an absolute show out there today. The next one was Jaitlyn Askew. And as a side note, One of my favorite things about the 5 guys that were out there today, you guys that are on the beat and have followed us for 2 years, special teams is a huge deal to us. Special teams is the first priority in our program. All 5 of the guys that are out there for Pro Day today were starters on our punt team. And our punt team was ranked 1st or 2nd in all of college football. And we take a tremendous amount of pride in that from a protection standpoint. Obviously, Presley is one of the top punters, is the top punter in all of college football last year. And the contributions that we had from the other 4 on punt team was awesome. But Jalen Askew, again, has been a gunner for us for the last 2 years. And he has afforded us the opportunity to let Pressley use every bit of his talent to crush the ball because we have such outstanding gunners. Nathan Cottrell is playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year in the NFL because he was such a tremendous game-changing gunner for us. And on the other side was Jalen Askew. And Jaitlyn Askew's done a tremendous job for us on punt, on kickoff, playing DB for us. He's going to get a shot at the next level because his tremendous role for us on special teams play and looked great out there today. The other one was David Curry. David Curry, I believe, has been a 3-year starter here in the ACC at Georgia Tech in the Power 5. Has been one of our top tacklers each year and just a tremendous young man. His contributions in every phase of the game, he's just something to build a program around and to continue to elevate our program and our culture. He did not go today. I'll let him answer any of those questions, but he's going to try to find a way to get another shot. We're doing research when he's 100% healthy. But we think the absolute most and best of David Curry and Jaitlyn and Jalen Camp, what they've done in this program. The next young man is Josh Blancato. He's a young man that played a tremendous role for us on special teams as well. He was the gunner opposite Jaitlyn Askew this year. The year before was Nathan Cottrell. I can easily see Josh Blancato getting into a camp for special teams value in the slot playing receiver, and just what a tremendous work ethic he has. And he had a really nice day today too. And then, last but definitely not least, Ray Guy Award winner, top punter in all of college football. And I think his QBR is still at a high level from throwing passes and doing different things for us to help create it creatively in our special teams game. But Pressley was out there. We adjusted the schedule because of the weather to be able to go outside. We flipped it so that he could get out there early and just, do a tremendous job kicking, directional kicking, all of the things that he's going to need to do for us, obviously, and then at the next level. And I thought Pressley absolutely, did everything that he needed to do today other than putting tremendous tape together while he was playing for us, winning the Ray Guy Award, and just be an ultimate team guy for us every single day all the way through. So big day for us. Really proud of our strength staff. The development of our players, that has been a big deal. You're going to see in the next couple of days, we just did our end of winter conditioning testing, and some of the numbers are through the roof. The gains are through the roof. The improvement in a 4-month period, improvement in a year period, and an improvement in a 2-year period is off the charts. So just want to say how proud I am of our strength staff, what they've done. And then our general manager, Patrick Suttis, and the whole recruiting staff are the ones that organized this event, had it set up, had it communicated with everybody. And I thought they did a tremendous job in every single phase to set this up as one of the top pro day venues in all of college football. So with that, Mike, do you want to do questions, or we going to let the fellas take over?
Coach, we'll take a few questions for you if you don't mind. So if you have a question for Coach Collins, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, and we'll start with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, man. It was good, bud.
Yeah, it was good to see you too, Coach. I was going to ask, was this sort of a sense of a little bit move toward?
I lost you, bud.
Okay. It's weird. I keep getting muted.
It's Mike Flynn trying to play jokes on you there, buddy.
Apparently. Did this
I promise it's not.
Did this feel a little bit more like normal today, just getting that opportunity to be out there with the NFL guys and have your pro day? Did it feel a little bit more like we're moving towards normalcy again?
Yeah, so me and David Curry were hanging out before it all started. It was almost a year ago that we had pro day, and me and David Curry, there's a picture of he and I on the sidelines chopping it up, watching last year's group of 4 guys do it. And just reminiscing about, there were no masks a year ago. We didn't even know what was coming. But it was really good to see you guys in person. I know Mike Flynn kept me away from you guys. He was all nervous, but I appreciate the safety and the safeguards. But just really good to see you guys live and in person. And then hopefully as we start progressing back, just to see you guys around here in a safe manner more often, more frequently.
Next question comes from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Rod.
Hey, Jeff. I imagine there was quite a bit of buzz after Presley, went through his workout today. And it's nice how versatile he is, holding for kicks, punting, and they even had him throwing passes out there. So have you heard any feedback yet?
No, I mean, obviously, his tape speaks for itself too. But I think the feedback that I've gotten is how he's handled himself this entire offseason when he's done interviews with various teams, how he presents himself, how he communicates, his philosophy and his understanding of being a great teammate, and just the way he thinks about the game and thinks about his role and thinks about his development and his improvement. Just all the things that we've stressed for 2 years to get that kind of feedback that the guys, have the right belief system and want to develop and want to be great teammates, help the team in any way possible. That's encouraging. But Pressley is a major talent. Then you add his work ethic. Then you add his focus. Then you add his just wanting to be a really good teammate, help the team out any way he can. That's what makes him so special.
Next question comes from Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yes, greetings, Coach. Camp, what are some of the teams, what are the questions that they want to ask about him and how they see him fitting in on the next level, and maybe a little bit on some of the other guys and how they can help themselves out too in this process?
Yeah, and again, Orlando, it was great seeing you. You're as stylish as ever, but please be safe driving in that car, man. I'm worried about you right now.
I'm stationary at my quick trip here on my way on 316.
I think Jaytlin, the numbers that I heard, and obviously these are unofficial, but I think his vertical was a 39. He hit 30 reps on the bench press, which would be a skill record at the combine. So 30 reps, and then the unofficial numbers on the 40, I heard were as low as a 4.43. And this is a young man that's 220 plus, tremendous work ethic. And you saw him last year for us, play the elite level at receiver for us. And even down the stretch was more and more physical as the year went on. But here's the guy too that was playing at a high level at receiver for us, but was starting on punt team. And then, if anybody knows, he was on kickoff team as well, and making tackles, and just an unselfish teammate. Just a tremendous part of our organization. And for him to go out there today, and you could hear the oohs and the ahs from the crowd, and even really honestly from some of the NFL scouts as he was going through his work today. So really, really proud of him and his development. He's a young man. His dad is a trainer in the area, and just really proud of his dad and how he's helped Jaytlin through this and through his entire career. His younger brother, Jamal, who is an offensive lineman in our program, hit 44 reps at 225 playing offensive line for us just the other day. So just some really good numbers being put up around here. And but just we think the world of Jaytlin in this program. Really proud that a lot of these NFL teams got to see him, what we get to see every single day.
Next question comes from Alex Glaze from 11 Live here in Atlanta.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going? I know this might be an obvious question here, but hear me. Just how much of an advantage is it to have a weapon like Presley? Just what does he do? What does he add to a team?
Yeah, the biggest thing is he can just flip the field. And as we've been developing our program and building both offensively and defensively, having somebody like Pressley be able to flip the field, and there's a threat of the fake on every single time we go to a special teams play. That's important to us. That's important to me since I've been a head coach. Having that kind of threat to try to slow other people down in the return game or on, PAT field goal blocks or, pump block team, having the threat of the fake, that adds another dimension that Presley was able to do for us. And again, just being a consummate teammate, tremendous work ethic and focus has been impressive. Hey, Alex, real quick while I got you on here. There it is, buddy.
I'm getting my work in later. Okay.
I'm gonna hop on at about 4:00 today, man. So,
all right. We have time. We'll just take a few more for Coach Collins so we can get the players up here. We'll go ahead and take one from Phil Caralla from Overtime Football.
hey, Phil.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? My question for you is, how much do you think these players benefited from having a new strength program and coaching staff?
I think Coach Caralla, when we hired him, he was the Division I Strength Coach of the Year. He does a tremendous job with the development of our guys in every single phase. We've got an outstanding nutrition staff, Leah Thomas and Jalen Askew do a great job with our guys. We have Ryan Horton, who's our Director of Applied Science. Every single thing that we do, there's a metric for us and there's data behind their development. We use that. We go over it. The new guys that have come into our program that have transferred in are just astounded by the level of detail that we take in their development. And it's not just hit or miss guessing how to do it. We use data, we use science in every single thing that we do. And then you go as far to our athletic training staff, the rehab, the prehab, all of the things that we do to make sure our guys continue to develop the entire time they're here. Some of the before pictures and the after pictures that we just got done, toward the end of winter conditioning, they're astounding. This freshman class, which I think Bleacher Report re-ranked us as the 8th best class in the country, they haven't gone through a full off season. They didn't go through summer conditioning because we were all quarantined. We were all apart. So starting in January is their first time being in a Power 5 Division I ACC strength program. The gains that they've made are phenomenal. Even Jeff Sims, and I'll let him share this, or I won't share this, but his before to his after, it's just phenomenal getting these guys to go through our program. And now, a year and a half into our system and our developmental program has been awesome. And you can just see it pay off, looking at Jalen Camp today, and those guys, how they've developed in this program. And the guys that we have that were out there watching, hopefully you guys that have been around us noticed the physical development that they've undergone under Coach Caralla.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and just take one more for Coach Collins so we can move on to the players. And we'll take that from Fran Duffy from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, Fran.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? So, you talked about Jaylen and what he can do, what he's done for you on special teams. And when you have a receiver who obviously, he came in, different kind of offensive scheme early in his career. When you look at trying to project him to the NFL, how important is that special teams background for him and other guys that, maybe they're skill players, by label, but when you have that kind of height, weight, speed, and that proven ability on special teams, what does that mean for him making that jump?
Yeah, and it's huge. And we emphasize that. The guys that are on the beat hear it all the time. And every single day we start with a special teams meeting. Every single player in the organization are in those meetings. So everybody knows how important that is to us. And then Nathan Cottrell, a year ago, he had 1 carry for -1 yards. and he made an NFL roster because of special teams. Tyler Davis played tight end for us. I think he had like 17 catches, made the NFL because of special teams value. And then we have the Ray Guy Award winner, but it's because we had gunners like Jalen Askew, Nathan Cottrell, Josh Blancato being able to let Presley use his amazing talent to do that. The biggest piece, and the guys that are on the beat have heard this, is having guys that are size, speed guys to be able to play all four special teams and be core guys. Jalen Camp embodies that. I don't know what his official numbers were, but I think he was in the mid 220s and a 39-inch vertical. But the biggest thing is the mentality and the mindset. He wants to play special teams. He values playing special teams, and he has the ability to do it. But then when you get him in there and he starts playing receiver too, that's awesome. He's a tremendous receiver, unbelievable young man, great work ethic, and he values playing special teams at a very high level, and he does it unselfishly and wants to help the team in every phase. So just having examples like that in the last 2 years in our program, it's aspirational, it's inspirational for all the young guys in the program that understand that special teams does matter, and that is a clear shot to the NFL if you make sure you take that into account every single day in that development.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Coach, can't thank you enough for your time. Everybody on the call, we're going to have our former student athletes up here shortly.
And then, hey, Mike, spring ball starts in 7 days.
Yes.
We get to share with you guys about the team that we've got returning. Really excited. And just thank you for all that you guys do, and thank you for coming out today. Thanks, Mike.
Hey, thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Thank you, Jeff.
Well, folks, that was a great first start. Now, next we'll get it to the student athletes and meet people like number one. That's his jersey number, wide receiver Jalen Camp. So 6'2", 220.
Hey, just so everyone knows, I know we said originally that the order that we would have Presley first, but he is still doing some things with some of the personnel, the NFL personnel that are here. So we've got Jalen Camp has a free moment, so we're going to go ahead and bring Jalen up first.
If you heard all that, folks,
Jalen, you got me in your ear okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with wide receiver Jalen Camp. Any questions for Jalen? We'll just open it right up for those questions. So if you have any, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Jalen, Coach gave us some of the numbers you put up today. Were those numbers pretty much in line with what you were doing while you were training?
Can't really hear nothing.
The numbers you put up today, were they pretty much in line with the numbers you were putting up while you were training?
Rod, we're having some issues on our end with Jalen hearing you, so just give us just 1 second. Apologize for the inconvenience.
I recorded that. I wasn't paying attention.
Jalen, you got me in your ear?
No, I can't hear nothing. Thank you.
Okay, how about now, Jalen? You got me in your ear? Still nothing.
I just got Siri in my. No, I just heard that.
Okay, you got me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Rod, go ahead with your question again, Rod.
Hey, Jaylen, Coach Collins filled us in with some of the numbers he thought you had put up today. Were they pretty much in line with what you were doing while you were training?
Yes, sir, for the most part. I think, just training with my dad. And, I think we had a mock pro day on Saturday, this past Saturday. And I think everything that I kind of did today was in that general area of what I, did today.
Next question comes from Fran Duffy from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, Jaylen, I just had a quick question in terms of your weekly preparation, getting ready for all the different secondaries that you faced this year in the ACC. Was there one group of DBs in particular that impressed you most this year when you were, preparing to play in a game?
Yes, sir. I guess, just off the top of my head, I could probably name, Clemson's DBs and also Notre Dame's DBs. I think they were all, very well coached, very technically sound. And I know Notre Dame had a couple long guys, but those two right off the top of my head stood out.
Was there a player for Clemson in particular that kind of stood out to you in terms of, whether it was who you saw them on film previously or when you went up against them in a game? Was there one guy in particular that stood out to you?
Not necessarily one guy. I think just collectively as a whole defense, just the way they did things, made them very effective.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Kelly Quinlan at Rivals.
Hey, Jaylen, I was just curious what kind of feedback you got talking to some of the scouts and NFL personnel, and kind of what were they telling you after your workout?
I think, one of my biggest points of emphasis for me today was the 40, and I think I did pretty good in that. Still haven't got, official times or anything with that, but I think that was my point of emphasis. And just kind of after I ran that, you could kind of just look around and just see, some of the scouts were impressed. Definitely with my teammates on the side helped. Give me a little audible feature that I could hear to let me know if it was a good time or bad time. So that definitely helped. But afterwards, just a couple of guys came up to me and just, said that I had a great workout. They liked my size and speed, everything that I was trying to showcase today.
Next question comes from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Jaylen. I'm curious. Obviously, it's a different situation than a game where it's just you and you got several weeks to prepare. I'm curious, just how did you feel today? What were your nerves like, and kind of when you're out there?
The nerves were definitely at a peak today. Just because, just going in, you kind of know what's on the line. You really only have one opportunity. It's not like you have 2 pro days or, like in a season, if you have a bad game, you still have next week for the most part. But this, man, it was just you got one day to, put your best foot forward. I know last night, I don't think I slept an ounce. Just because I knew, everything that was online for me today. So, if I had to rate, whether or not my nerves were worse than the game, I'd probably say today was definitely probably worse than the game. I don't know why, but I guess the games are come more often than pro days. So I think that might be why.
When you got in your stance for the 40, kind of what was going through your mind? What was that like?
I'm just kind of thinking back to my training that I've been having with my dad. Just taking my time at the line, taking my deep breaths before I was set, and just I guess my main focus was those first 4 or 5 powerful steps. My biggest focus was just getting out as strong and as fast as I could, and I think I did that.
Okay, we've got other players here who are ready to go, so we'll just take one more for Jalen. We'll go with Phil Caralla from Overtime Football.
Hey, Jaylen, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Just to let you know, Coach Lou's my brother, and
yeah. I think he talked to me about that before I was gonna come up here.
I just got two quick questions for you.
Awesome.
First one is, how happy were you when the new coaching staff came in and took away the triple option? And the other one that I wanted to ask was, were you able to bench more reps at 225 today than Louis put up?
Oh, I guess I'll start with the second question. And yes, I definitely was able to. I think today was my first day overcoming him, because he's always been, while I was here, he was always beating me in all the events. So today was finally cool to get one up on him. But in terms of the offensive transition, I think it was awesome. I think I've said multiple times that I think the receiver group was probably one of the most excited groups going into the, offensive change. So we just took it as an opportunity to, because we knew we were going to see the ball a little bit more. So we took the opportunity to, kind of showcase our skills a little bit more, because we'll be getting those more opportunities.
Hey, Jalen, thank you. Jalen, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great day. And I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
If everybody can just give us a minute, we're going to get everything disinfected. And our next player is going to be Jaitlyn Askew.
It's Jaitlyn Askew. Jalen, here he goes.
Jaitlyn, you got me in your ear?
Gotcha.
Okay. Our next player up is going to be Jaitlyn Askew. Jaitlyn, defensive back here, but also a 2-year gunner on the punt team, which this year, which was obviously the top punt team in the country. So we'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for Jaitlyn. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Jaitlyn, obviously your speed is a huge asset. How do you feel like you ran today, and kind of what's your training been like leading up to this?
Today I feel like I ran pretty good. I feel like I didn't run as good as I really wanted to, but my training been great. I went down to Louisiana, trained with Ed Thompson. He used to work here. Now he got a new job at U of L. But we trained a lot. He's a great speed coach. They took me in the house, let me stay there for about 2 months. So we trained hard, worked on everything for the combine to prepare me for this day. And today I feel like I did good speed-wise as well.
Next question for Jaitlyn comes from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Jaitlyn, naturally you're known for your speed. Do you have any idea how you ran today, and also how you did in the vertical?
I do not know how I ran today. Nobody told me anything. They said they'll let me know. But for the vertical, did 35.5, which I was surprised of, because, my best thing is running. Jumping ain't always been the best thing for me, but I'm sure the numbers running-wise will be good, though.
Next question comes from Fran Duffy from Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, Jaitlyn. So obviously everybody's talked about your speed. I'd like to know just about who are some guys that you felt matched you from a speed standpoint this year on the schedule. When you look at the other offense, you look at receivers, who's a guy that kind of matched you from a speed standpoint, and you were like, man, like, all right, this guy can run with me, every single play.
Speed wise, I haven't met a lot of people, not to be like considered cocky now. I haven't met a lot of people that keep on me. One guy I remember was Duke, and it wasn't even on defense this year. It was on punt. I was running as a gunner, and he was actually keeping up with me step for step. And I was shocked. I was like, I ain't never had anybody stay step to step with me when I'm running downfield. So it like shocked me, and like the whole game we're going back and forth because when he also was a gunner. So if I guarded him on like punt return, he would take off, and I just keep up with him, and it was like an ongoing battle. But that'd be like the only person I really remember that like could match speed feet to feet with me the whole game. So.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Question from Phil Corella from Overtime Football.
Hey, Jaylen, how you doing, man?
How's it going?
It's going all right. Just a quick question for you. Fast forward to getting into an NFL camp, being invited and everything. What kind of player are these NFL coaches going to see from you day in and day out?
First thing, coach would get versatility from me. I play every position. I just recently talked to a coach, and I was talking on the phone. He was saying how when you watch my film, you see I played a lot of different things. So I played corner, nickel, dime, safety. Also play every single punt team, kickoff, kick return, anything that you need. So I'm a very versatile guy. I'm gonna be the fastest on the team. Unless it's the chief, maybe, but I'm gonna be the fastest on the team for sure. You're gonna get somebody with great work ethic. I always work as hard as I can. I'm a guy that stays up late, wake up early every day. Make sure to keep my body right. I spend a lot of time on recovery because I'm a fast guy. My legs can give out on me if I don't take care of my body. But you're gonna get a man with great character, somebody that thinks family first, loyalty first all the time. And I'd be a great image for any organization that picks me.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Good luck in your future.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Jaitlyn, that was the last question in queue. Congratulations on a great day. I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. Have a good day. Oh, yeah.
And our next player is going to be up as soon as we can get everything disinfected here is Josh Blancato. Jaitlyn.
Up, grab the earpiece.
Hey, Josh, you got me in your ear okay?
Sure do.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with Josh Blancato. Josh is a senior wide receiver here at Georgia Tech. In addition to what he did at wide receiver, he was also a very valued member of the special teams, the gunner opposite side of Jalen Askew this past season, filling the role that was filled the year before by Nathan Cottrell, who is now a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for Josh. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function within Zoom, and we'll call on people individually, beginning with Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Josh. After the season was over, when did you start training for this day, and what was your preparation like?
About a week after the season ended, I started training, just working out at my high school weight room. And then I got with my trainer from back home. And then once school started back, I worked out with Coach Lou, our strength coach here, about 3 or 4 days a week, strength, conditioning, and then another 2 days speed work from January on until today. So.
Thank you. Next question comes from Fran Duffy from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Who's the guy coming back for Georgia Tech that maybe we're not talking about a year from now, or we're not talking about now, but a year from now we'll all be talking about in terms of their ability to make it in the NFL and take that next jump?
I think Dante Smith is going to go crazy this year. He made electric plays last year when he was given the ball, but he had not a ton of opportunities. But this year, they tweeted about him yesterday. He's put on 15 pounds of great muscle, bench press 225 like 22 times. I think he's going to be an electric player. And I think after this season, he's going to have really good potential to go to the NFL and make an impact. Kid's a beast.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Another question comes from Christopher Heidel from Herb FM.
Hey, thanks for taking my question. What wide receivers did you grew up watching when you were a young kid growing up in this game?
My favorite receiver was Cole Beasley, number 11 for the Cowboys is when I started following him. Just, short, white slot guy, good routes, good hands. I grew up modeling myself after him, the Amendola and Edelman types, but I really like Cole Beasley and try to mimic what he does on the field because I think he's incredible.
Question comes from Arnie Stapleton from the Associated Press.
Hey, Jess, I was just wondering about your teammate, Presley Harvin. Can you tell me what kind of a teammate he is?
Presley is the best teammate. He's one of my best friends. Cares about everybody. With all his heart. Takes care of them. Likes to do a lot of car work for him, which is awesome. But yeah, he's going to give his hardest work every single time he goes out there, and he's going to put on a show for everybody. But all around, just the best teammate he can have. I was always going to support you. I was going to love you. I was going to push you to be better. He's a good dude. I'm excited for his future.
Thanks.
Okay, and our last question for Josh comes from Phil Corella from Overtime Football.
Hey, Josh, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I asked the same question to Jaitlyn Askew. I'm going to ask you again. I'm going to ask you for the first time now.
All right.
You go ahead and you get into an NFL camp. What are these coaches going to get from you on a day in and day out basis?
Unless Jaitlyn or Camp is in the room, going to be the hardest worker there. Those two are freaks. But when the three of us together, it's incredible. But if I get an NFL camp, just hardest work in the room. I'm going to be the fastest guy in the field. Like Jaitlyn said, I can fly. Going to give my best effort for everything I do. I'm going to study the playbook, day in, day out, know the plays, front hand, back hand, everything. It's going to be able to really put on a show if I get a chance at it. It's going to be awesome.
Actually, we've got one more question in queue from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Josh, I'm curious if Nate hadn't gone and had the success he had, would that have made you maybe think differently about coming to pro day and showing what you can do?
Not necessarily. I obviously was inspired by him. I never doubted myself, but seeing him being able to go and succeed at the level he has is really give me some inspiration. Try to model myself after that because he's an incredible human being, incredible work ethic. He's having great success in the league, which is awesome to see. But overall, no, I was going to give it a shot, my best shot, and give the best performance and see what the coaches think of me and go from there. But yeah.
Did you get any feedback from any coaches at all today?
I did not hear from anybody today, no.
Thank you, Josh.
Hey, Josh, thanks a ton. Congratulations on a great day today. Good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
And we'll have Presley Harvin up here momentarily.
I'll see y'all later. Friday this weekend.
Y'all moved it up.
All right, Presley, can you hear me okay in your ear?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, terrific. We'll go ahead right now and get started with Presley Harvin III, Ray Guy Award winner for the best punter in college football in 2020, set Georgia Tech and ACC single season records with a 48-yard punting average in 2020. So we'll go ahead and open it up for questions for Presley, beginning with Arnie Stapleton from the Associated Press.
Hey, Presley, I was wondering, there's a lot made about this year. It's not a regular combine. Is it kind of a bummer not to go to the combine, or has this whole year kind of been so strange that, you just kind of roll with the punches there?
Yeah, I mean, this definitely was a little bit weird because the combine got canceled. But, the biggest thing that I looked at was, no matter what, there's going to be an opportunity. I'm able to, go out and try to do the best that I can, the best of my ability. And like this year alone has been the hardest part, and there's been a lot of adversity along the way. But, whatever circumstance it is and whatever situation it is, I'm just blessed for any opportunity like today. Because it could have been easily, to not even have a pro day because things would, continuing to snowball and get worse. But, would have loved to go into the combine. That's, experience you really only get one time. But, I'm still thankful for the invite. And definitely today is, one of those days that took a little bit of place for it. But, I still enjoyed it.
One quick follow-up. I cover Brandon McManus with the Denver Broncos, a kicker. And he doesn't like to be called a kicker. He says he's an athlete who happens to be very, very good at kicking. I'm wondering if you feel kind of that same mindset that you're an athlete and happens to be, punting is your best attribute. Do you kind of have that same viewpoint in football?
Yeah, I definitely do. And, a lot of punters, we have this thing called, punters are people too. And, it's more than just being a punter, because I can contribute to the team more than just, on fourth down, whether it's on the field or off. And, you have to still be athletic to do it at this level and as well as the level of the NFL. And, I would like to, put myself on a depth chart as an ATH instead for sure.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Presley, I was just curious, kind of what was the feedback today from the NFL guys who worked you out? And then also, kind of what were your thoughts when you saw the weather? I imagine it wasn't necessarily the ideal setup for you today with the cold and the rain.
Yeah, man. It was definitely nerve-wracking at first. Earlier this week, I was always looking at the weather and started seeing it was like, 190% chance on Tuesday morning. And I'm just like, man, like, I don't know what we're going to do. But, I was able to at least have a little bit of clear weather. The rain, it didn't really rain at all today. The field was definitely moist and really, really wet, but, it was enough to where, I took advantage of it. I'm definitely, thankful for how today went. And all of the coaches that were here that put me through the workout, I truly thank them for the opportunity because, you only get this one time. And just to be able to be out there on that field and, hear these coaches be like, can you hit this ball? And then you hit one. And, to see the look on their faces, like, it's not more so of like, we want to draft you. It's more so of like, they believed in me and I was able to do it and I was able to do it well. And that's what, I take away from today for sure. But, overall good day. I would have wished it was like 75, 80 degrees and sunny, but, for the circumstance and what the conditions were today, it was definitely a good day.
Our next question comes from Alex Glaze from 11 Alive here in Atlanta.
Hey, Pressley, just curious, do you know how many kicks you let off today? And just kind of, it didn't look like your leg really was letting up at all. Just kind of how were you feeling throughout the day? I mean, it looked like a lot of kicks.
Yeah, I was feeling good. I got into a rhythm early. Was definitely hitting the ball pretty well. And I at first, I thought it was going to be an average of like 15 to 20 punts, but then it got a lot more than that. But, I'm definitely thankful. And it really showed that, sometimes, you would love to get, a smaller bit of reps to be able to hone in on and make sure those reps are good. But when you got coaches that put you through a workout like that with more of like 30 to 40 reps of punts, they want to see when do you drop off. And, it was a little bit rough in between, but, I was able to, overcome it and continue to just get better and finished very well.
Just a quick follow-up there. Were you expecting to throw at all? I saw you let off.
I had the thought in the back of my head. I had a feeling it was going to come up, but I definitely did. And that's another attribute I can bring to the table. And, I've always been humble with it because I've never been type like to be a cocky guy about it. But, just being able to be versatile at punter is something that a lot of teams really don't have. And, I'm thankful to be able to do it here at Georgia Tech for these last 4 years. And, one of my favorite moments is throwing that touchdown against Miami in 2019. And that's one of the remarkable things that, I can do that's off the field instead of the ball hitting my foot. and just, try to help the team out in any type of way I can.
Next question comes from Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yes, Presley. How did you feel the directional punting went for you as they were trying to get you to put it outside the numbers and so forth? And, just how did that go? A lot of teams like to do that now.
Yeah, it went pretty decent. Based on the conditions we were in, I knew directional was going to be one of the most important parts of it because that's what gets you paid in the NFL, and that what keeps you on teams is, can you place this ball in this one position that we need you to be able to take the return out of a game. And today went pretty good. Today was a day of, staying true to my form, staying in my straight line, and, being able to pinpoint the ball where I need to put it. And the ball definitely flew real good today.
Thank you.
Next question from Cody Chaffins from Fox 5 here in Atlanta.
Presley, just curious about your mindset going into this, because you could be one of the top punters and go undrafted, or one of the guys that gets picked in the 7th round. What's the mindset going into this, knowing you're probably gonna have to fight wherever you go?
Yeah, the mindset is just, my parents always told me an opportunity is only an opportunity unless you take it. No matter what that opportunity looks like, drafted or free agency, I just want one team to believe in me enough to put me in a position where I can execute on the field for them. And that's just really the mindset of, how can I get to a team? How can I stick to that team? How can I get them to buy into me? How can I buy into their process? And, how can I have a good career there? So that's really the mindset I've been having. I've been training the same way this whole time because it could have been easy to be like, oh, well, it's raining today, I don't want to kick. But that looks bad on me. And, you're going to have to kick in rainy and wet conditions on the field. So, today is just another example of, when something that doesn't go as planned as you thought it was going to, how can you overcome it and how can you achieve the goals you wanted to out of that day? And that's exactly what I did today. So that's definitely my mindset.
Next question comes from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Presley, it looks like there's a little bit less of you. Can you share your what you did and how much you lost?
Yeah, so ever since January, I began to start training. I've been here at Tech and also back home in South Carolina, coming back and forth to get training, as well as, having a lot of workouts. I've still worked out with the staff. Coach Ryan Horton here at Georgia Tech, tremendous help to me and all the specialists. I've been working out with him since he got here with Coach Collins. And, today just marks one of those days that truly, I got to see all of it come together, all of the hard work from these last 4 years, but also the grind of, trying to shed a little bit of weight. Today marks 20 pounds off than what I was back in January. And it's been a grind. I've also, been able to have a meal prep service provided for me and being able to stick to that and, get my body to eat a little bit more clean, being able to, eat on a more strict schedule, stuff like that to, boost metabolism levels and stuff like that, and continue to burn calories and stuff in the weight room and doing running as well as different like kicking workouts and stuff like that. All of it that really came together today. And, I'm definitely blessed to be the position I am today. Really not even really shooting for a number on the scale. Today I weighed in at 263. I've been playing a little bit heavier than that. But, now that I'm a little bit more lean, I found kind of a comfortable weight to where I can feel good, but, also be able to produce on the field the same way I always have on the field. So the journey has been definitely hard, but, nothing worth, working for is easy. So.
Did it impact the way, or does it impact the way you punt at all, I think?
Yeah. So to be honest, I've always been a bigger guy, but I've always kind of fluctuated through weight a little bit here and there. The weight I'm at today, I feel a lot more comfortable with, but I played in it beforehand, back freshman and sophomore year. But because I was more body fat percentage than I am now, it's a little bit different. So I got a lot more lean mass on me now, a lot more muscle than I had before. And, that's the biggest part is, you don't want to lose the explosiveness, but how can you transfer bad weight to good weight and be able to help you out a little bit more?
Okay, we have time for a couple more for Presley. We'll take one from Phil Corella from Overtime Football.
Hey, Presley, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. First, I just want to congratulate you on having a great college career. Winning all those awards, that's a really great accomplishment. And And I just want to know, have you been doing anything differently to get ready for today? Or has it been pretty much the same kind of routine going like punting wise, not like getting eating in or doing any like workouts or anything, but like exactly punting the ball? Have you changed up anything?
Yeah, so the NFL ball is definitely a lot different than the ball we hit here at Tech. The Adidas ball is a little bit different. So I would hold the ball a little bit more inside of, instead of straight up and down at an angle, probably about 11:30 on the clock, if you look at it that way. And the biggest thing was changing that towards, how can you hit an NFL ball pretty good? So me and my coach, Anthony Giuliano, he's been coaching me now since freshman, sophomore year of high school. We took punting really back down to the beginner level steps of just, finding a different mode and, finding different ways. How can I hit this ball consistently, every ball? And that's what the biggest thing we focused on with punting. Didn't really change too much other things. Just, continue to try to be more explosive. But the biggest thing was the drop, because I brought the ball in a lot more straight, the nose down a little bit more than I usually would with the ball I used to hit. But, being able to do that and adapt to that and, see it come together today, because if I have a rough estimate, I think just about 90% or so balls that I hit today just about turned over. And, just being able to do that on a level of today is like, it's definitely an honor. But it just shows like the hard work and stuff. If you just stick to it, it definitely pays off.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Presley, that's all we have time for today. But I want to say thanks so much. Congratulations on a great day. Good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Appreciate all y'all too.
Thank you, Presley.
All righty.
Well, folks, that is the end of the meeting. And my purpose was to get an impression of the players. There are people among the group of 27, actually 28, who are there who are beat writers. And so I wanted to respect the fact that they had questions. But my intent was to, frankly speaking, record what the players were saying, how they thought about themselves, and my impressions going forward are that basically Jalen Askew has an attitude that you want on your team, and he's a guy that believes he's the fastest guy on the field. You have to beat him. He's competitive, and he says this in a way that isn't cocky. It's matter of fact. And you hear other players like Josh Blancato basically say he's a workout phenom. My words, not his, but paraphrasing. That's the kind of guy that will make a great Raider. He's fast. He's a fast corner in the tradition of Charles Woodson, or a guy who can be a great cover corner like Lester Hayes, Mr. Stickum. And I think he can do it without the Stickum. And because he has this mindset that he's going to beat you. He has this mindset that he's going to use your talent as a measuring stick for how he can get better. That's the kind of guy that you want on your team. And but the speed aspect in particular is something the Raiders need because of the fast offenses in the National Football League now. But having said that, there are a number of teams that are going to be coveting this fellow. Of course, he isn't the only one who has those attributes, but you listen to him talk and you listen to him answer questions, you like what you see. And then, of course, we talk about Pressley and his punting average. That I think not just the punting average, obviously, with all his awards, that's a plus, but he can throw. And in this day where the big play in the National Football League is considered like the 3-point shot in basketball, boy, you can have a lot of fun schematically with him. And the team that gets him, I hope and pray, doesn't waste that aspect of his talent. That is a secret weapon right there. With his throwing ability and his punting ability, secret weapon. So thank you for stopping by, everybody. This will be on YouTube as a video. It already is, of course, as live stream, and it'll go on Oakland News Now and be auto distributed as a blog post through the networks of Zenny62 Media. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com, and that ends this broadcast. Thank you. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, before I go, let me tell you what's going on tomorrow, so that you know you're not out in the cold per se, right? This is what's going on tomorrow regarding our schedule and through the week, and I'll read it off to you. Okay. Excuse me. Let me go back here and there. What we are looking at is tomorrow is Georgia. Okay. I don't know what time that is, and that league doesn't tell you what time it is really right up until the morning of. Okay. So, but St. Patrick's Day is Georgia. Then Thursday, March 18th, we have Cal and Stanford. My school is Cal. And that rounds it out. So you would say, why those selections? Part of it is the geographic keywords that my network covers, which are Oakland, San Francisco, the Bay Area, Cal, Stanford, and then, of course, Atlanta and the Atlanta area. So because my system is adjusted to those keywords, I can more easily and quickly bring that content to people who are interested in NFL football, who are also alums at those schools. All right. As well as NFL football fans. Okay. Who know that I cover the league. So there is the method to the madness around here and everything else. I look at it like sort of me owning a platform and then taking an entirely different look or use at what's going on. All right. See you all later. Bye-bye.